All right, some predictions. Dark horse team. And Gus, I'm going to start with you. Who's your dark horse candidate?
Look, I know this is probably going to shock a lot of people. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Arizona State Sun Devils.
There you go.
Yeah, that graphic that we showed a little bit earlier, being picked 10th, that really hasn't sat well with this team. And I think there's been, speaking of disrespect, I think there's been a little bit of a bias towards them and the off-field stuff. But, this has a really amazing group. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of people.
It's going to be interesting to see, right? They beat everybody in the South other than Utah. For me, I'm going up north to Corvallis, Oregon State. I don't think they have a first-round pick or a second-round pick on the team necessarily, but they don't have a weakness after watching them practice about a week ago. Quarterback has continually improved. This offensive line is as good as you're going to find, I think, in our league. And in the back end, they got 2 lockdown corners. That's why I think they're going to be able to create some early havoc, if you know what I'm saying, in that home game to start off conference play.
No doubt about it. I think Stanford feels low at number 8 to me, but we'll see. They can stay healthy.
I
know
see
they're
that
coming off a
defense.
tough year. We'll
I hope
see.
so.
All right, we always talk about, all the stars, but the impact player who is not getting enough love. I'll start with you, Gus. Who is it?
Well, to build off Oregon State, I think Chance Nolan. With all this noise, we've talked about all these incoming quarterbacks and things, and this is a guy who's been very consistent for Oregon State. He's coming into his 3rd year. I think he's got a lot to prove. They beat Utah last year, and I think they're going to be a really dangerous team.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch him. Right? This guy won the job, wasn't given the job, even though he was the incumbent returner.
Yeah.
Deep ball accuracy, has really worked on his mechanics. I'm with you there. Excited for him in this opener against Boise State. For me, it's Cam Ward out of Washington State. When we talk about transfer quarterback, we instantly go to Caleb Williams, and we should. That dude is a 1%er. I think he's a #1 pick in 2 drafts from now. But the second most sought-after quarterback in the portal was this young man. When you look at him deal, it's evident. He threw for over 70 touchdowns in his career at Incarnate Ward to only 14 picks. Great decision maker, great anticipation, dynamic athlete. He's going to be a dude that we talk about in NFL circles as the season goes on if he decides to leave early.
I just got to say, I got to call you guys both out for picking quarterbacks. These are players that don't get enough love. We're not talking about linemen. I mean, give me any. Yeah, all right. Quarterbacks get plenty of love.
Look,
I'm going to say Drake Nugent.
Can I give a little love just to the offensive line as a group? I mean, as underrated, these guys are the hardest working, most selfless guys out there on the field that give everything every single day. To my guys out there on the offensive line, we see you, we love you.
Spoken like a true former quarterback. There's no doubt about it. Okay, when the dust settles, who's playing in Vegas for the Pac-12 championship game and who wins?
I think it's going to be a repeat of last year's championship game. I think it's going to be Oregon and Utah, but I think it's going to be a different result this year. I'm liking the Ducks. I think that they might surprise some people. I know Utah's kind of the favorite, but yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, Oregon, the question mark for me is who's going to catch the ball, right?
Yeah.
And they got the players. We just got to see it on the field. And Bo Nix, how efficient could he be? To me, I'm going Utah. They are the team. It's their league. And I think they're going to face in a rematch, not Oregon, but UCLA.
Wow.
The way their schedule's laid out, they get Utah at home. I think they'll lose that one. Then they get a bye week. Then they go to Oregon. If they get that one, I think they'll have a nice route to Las Vegas. I don't think UCLA wins it, but I think they represent themselves and Chip Kelly and his new contract in Vegas for the title game.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
UCLA's gonna be good. I mean, they've got the only 5-year starter quarterback in the history of the conference.
Heisman
They got
candidate.
plenty of guys on both sides of the ball. We'll see how it comes together.